Hey, this is Amanda with The Fundamental Home, and I am here with Rick. Yeah, that's it. Anyway.
Hello.
It's Sunday, and I've gotten a lot of video requests lately, and people have asked a number of questions. So I thought I'd do a video on one of the things that I actually get asked fairly frequently. But first, if you haven't seen, I got my hair cut. And a lot of people have asked what Rick thought of my haircut. So tell the folks, what do you think of my haircut? What do you think of my haircut?
We have to have practice before.
There's nothing to practice. Tell them what do you think of my haircut. Pretend like somebody's right in front of them.
Okay.
Beautiful, Amanda.
Thank you, Ricky. Exactly. What other answer is there? Okay.
All right, look at the thing.
Try it again.
When I saw it, I liked it right away. When it's long, it's exactly how I like it. When it's short, it's exactly how I like it. However she has it, that's exactly how I like it.
I married a smart man. That's all I gotta say about that.
No arguments here. It's all good.
But you do prefer the shorter hair, though.
Not short, but
yeah, trimmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's always asking me to cut it, and I leave it long because I generally like it long. But sometimes it just gets so long that it kind of gets in my way, and then I think time to cut it off. And it happens about every 2 or 3 years. So anyway, so you heard it from the man himself. He thinks it's okay.
All good.
So on that note, the other question that we were going to talk about that I get asked a lot is how we do dates, how we do like cheap dates. And the reason why I did this video today is because it's Sunday, and Sunday is our date day. Sundays we have taken as our day to go out and spend a few hours together. We go between church services, and we just kind of hang out and have some fun doing whatever we do. And we have done that, I think Brian was 14 when we decided the kids were old enough to be on their own. Brian was 14, Ricky was 12, Brianna was, I guess, 8, something like that.
Right around there.
Anyway.
It's our daughter.
Kids are going in and out of the house. So anyway, so when they were old enough to be on their own, the first thing that we did was we would go out and get some coffee.
Yeah.
So we lived about 10 minutes away from the coffee shop. And on Sunday afternoon, we would go purchase 1 cup of coffee and just hang out.
Share it, yeah.
And sometimes it was a fancy coffee, and sometimes it was just a regular cup of coffee. It was depending on what we could afford. And yeah, we could make coffee at home, but the point was just to have a reason to go out.
To get out.
And not be at the house all the time. But we didn't want to go too far, because at first we were kind of nervous about leaving them alone. But
it would start off little 10-minute trips, then little 20-minute trips, and then finally we'd get to an hour, and then it was like, oh, gotta get home, and then, now we can go out for a couple hours and no stress at all.
The coffee shop that we enjoy going to, I'm trying to get you blocked out in the sun. There we go.
Oh,
No, you're good. Stay right there. Stay where you are. Okay. So anyway, the coffee shop that we like going to, they have like board games there. And so we used to like to go there, and we'd get a cup of coffee and we'd play Scrabble, which, okay, it might not sound super exciting, but it was nice just to get our mind off the kids for 5 minutes.
It was a winter night, and they have a fireplace. I mean, it was nice. It wasn't just like, sitting on a milk crate playing Scrabble. It's a nice place.
But I think some people might think that's not fancy enough for a date. But for us, it was just special just to get away and not think about being parents. Not that we don't love our children, but, not talk about the kids. Because the second that you're alone, you immediately start talking about the kids, right? But if you're playing a game, then you're thinking about the game, and you're thinking about each other, and it's a little bit different. But it wasn't expensive, because it was really just the cost of a cup of coffee. Even a fancy coffee, you're talking under $5.
Yeah.
So today, we got coffee. It's like our thing. We've done it even when the kids were babies. For years, we put Ricky in the stroller, and we would walk around the mall, and we would get a cup of coffee and we'd share it.
Yeah.
But we stopped going to the mall because we found that when we walk around the mall, we want to buy things. So we don't do that too much anymore. Now we don't even want to go to the mall. But when we were younger, it was something that we did a lot. So another thing that we did was we would drive around. Like when we couldn't afford anything. Now gas has been kind of up and down. So it just kind of depends on where you are with gas. A long time ago when we first started dating, it was a lot cheaper and people weren't so concerned about gas prices. So we would drive around for a couple hours when Ricky was a baby just to have some peace.
Yeah, the kids were young and we were young parents, and sometimes it was just a challenge to take them to a store and you know, get them around and everything. We found that it was a lot easier to get out of the house, put them in the back seat, drive. They'd take their nap, and we could get a cup of coffee and drive around, like she said. And back then, we weren't homeowners, and we would just explore new roads and see where it goes, and say maybe we could live here, maybe we could live there. And we've never been down there before. And every day I had a day off, we would do that. That was our routine. Cup of coffee, you know, sometimes maybe two, and no, and
we didn't always do coffee.
No, but well, I have.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I have. For me, I always had a good time. If you just give me a cup of coffee and let's hit the road, you know, and yeah. Anyway, like I said, that's a cheap outing. I don't know if that's a date, but it's an outing.
Well, it is a date because the point of the date really is just that we kind of get time alone together to talk. And when the kids were younger and asleep, that was priceless time. Like we were alone.
Time where you can just talk about, you know, things with, you know, each other. Like today, we started talking about the kids, and I told her, I said, all right, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and then no more kid talk. so I had a cutoff.
Yes, because it's my immediate tendency to just bring up kids all the time.
Yeah, and they kept coming back up, and we had to keep cutting it off again.
Yep, but we love our kids. But you know, I think especially now that the kids are older, it's more in our minds that there's going to be a time that they aren't going to be around. And you know, Brian will be 20 soon.
20. Yep.
20. We do not look like parents of 20-year-old. And then Ricky's going to be 18 right behind that. So I mean, it's just crazy. But it's real in our minds that pretty soon it's just going to be us. And then we have to have a relationship that's not just as parents. It has to be as husband and wife. So we have to maintain that. And we have to be able to talk about things that aren't the kids all the time.
Yeah, because, you know, some people do that. You know, they become young parents, and then for years and years and years, it's all about the kids, all about the kids, all about the kids. Well, it's okay, but eventually those kids grow up and leave, and then you're living in the house with a stranger. I mean, you've been married to this woman for years, but you don't know her, you know, and vice versa. So it's important to, you know, to get to know who you're married to, you know, and you should be best friends.
Yeah, I think that's the purpose of the dates. Really just that you have that time to connect and be alone. So it doesn't have to be expensive. I think if you have someone, we talk about love languages a lot, and we have different love languages. I'm acts of service. It's what I do. But what I like to receive is words of encouragement. Rick is what he gives. What do you give? I don't know. To think about it for a minute. Let's see. There's acts of service. There's words of encouragement. There's physical gifts, like gifts that you purchase. I'm trying to think of what the other ones are. I can't think of what it is.
I don't know. You're telling it.
I'll have to think about that. I might have to
delete
edit
that out.
Okay. So some people might have a love language that's actual gifts, like you want to give gifts, and that's how you express your love. Time, yeah, that's another one.
Time, there you go.
Yeah, I think what you want to receive is time. Quality time. That's what you like
to
receive.
See, time.
That's not what you give.
Because,
That's not what you give.
I don't give time, but I want time.
Yeah.
All right. See, because that's the thing.
Well, everybody gives and receives differently.
I love the kids, but I know that in a short amount of time, maybe a few years, you know, they'll be moving on, growing up and gone. And I'll tell you, I'm the type that it's going to kill me. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss them. But hey, you know, finally, I have my wife all to myself now. Yeah, I've had to share her for years, and now no more. And you know, my son laughs and says when he's married and grown and gone that we can come over, but we have to call first. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, well, you have to call first. You know, I'm not sharing your mother no more. You know, so that's just the thing. So I don't know what we're talking about.
Well, we're talking about
Love language. Love language.
Well, the reason why I say
dating
that
and coffee
is because the whole point is how can you do it on a budget?
No.
How can you do it on a budget? And if you know the other person and you know what their love language is and what they like to receive, you know, not everybody likes to receive gifts, like actual gifts,
Right.
and things that you've spent money on. He likes quality time. So I don't actually have to go out and purchase something. And I don't like gifts. I like words of encouragement. So I just like him to be encouraging to me and say kind things to me.
Yeah, I'm not big on gifts. You know, if I need something that's different, but just a fun gift, I'm not really big on that.
Yeah.
And as far as spending a lot of money, you know, I'm not big on that either.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm really not, no. It's like
That would do the opposite effect. It would be
You know-
like, why did you spend that money?
it's not that I'm trying to be cheap with my wife or
No.
anything. It's just like even me. If I'm having lunch, if I'm by myself and I got a lunch between work or you know during work hours, you know, I like a big burger, but I can't really enjoy it because I'm thinking, well, this was expensive.
And it's taking away
you
from
know?
the family.
You go somewhere to eat with a waitress and all, and it's like I'm thinking, well, I like a big steak, but I can't eat this thing without feeling guilty, you know. And that's just the way I think I was raised and everything. You know, I like to stretch a dollar. I like to. Seriously, I mean, you might think that's bad, but
I don't think it's bad.
I think that's, you know, I'm not saying you like you, but some people disagree with that. I've met people and they think, you know, you only live once, live it up. You know, I'm going to enjoy it while I'm here. And I'm thinking, okay, I only live once, but, you know, I might live to be 100.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I want to make this dollar stretch.
Everyone has preferences, and everyone
You know?
has things that they enjoy that make life worth living for them. I suppose.
Because I'm telling you what, I mean, if I live to be 100, all right, you say, well, Rick, you know, splurge, get the big steak. Okay, if I hit 100 years old, I'm going to order the big steak. I will. I don't know if I'll be able to digest it. I'll give it to someone. Never mind. I'm sorry.
This just took a random tangent.
I know. I don't want
know where
to
it's
offend
going.
any 100-year-olds.
Anyway,
Yeah. Cheap dates, coffee, children,
the point of all that is
love languages.
This is just a random video we decided to do.
I'm ruining the thing. I'm sorry. This is why I try to stay quiet. You were saying.
No. So, I don't even know where I was. We were talking about love languages and how you don't have to spend a lot of money.
Cheap dates.
The point is that depending on who you're with,
Yeah.
you don't have to feel pressure
Yeah.
to spend a lot.
No.
They might prefer quality time. They might prefer words of encouragement. You just need to know the person that you're married to and what they like. And in fact, if you're married to certain people, spending a lot might discourage them. It might make them feel bad. And for us, I just want to specify that it's not about not living your life. It's about making sure that what you have meets the goals that you have. And we just have goals that are bigger than just enjoying a steak for a meal. You know, that's just, that would not be something that we feel would promote our big goals.
Yeah.
You know, it might feel good in the moment, but it's not, I think we try to think bigger than just the moment. I'm not saying we always do, but we try to.
Right.
So anyway, we just thought we'd share. The whole point of this initially was that we were going to share some cheap date ideas just to help you if you were trying to figure out something you could do. I mean, yeah, you could sit on the couch and watch Netflix. You know, you could do whatever it is people do.
But if that's what you enjoy,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Don't
fine.
feel bad about that.
The idea is to be together.
Yes.
You know, it's not about doing fancy things just to say you did it. It's about just enjoying time together.
Oh, I'm
you
going
know?
to throw one more out there, quick, because I know we've already gone way over, but I just want to say this too. You could also get together with another couple. because we've done that too, where we just have another family that we hang out with, and like we'll play games together, or we'll just go do something together. Sometimes that's fun too, but you can't do that all the time, because like we said, the goal is really just the two of you to connect.
Yeah, because what'll happen, and not that it's a bad thing, but somebody will commit to doing it every week, and then what was fun becomes
a commitment.
The commitment, and it's good. It's not wrong to spend time with friends and such, but then you're back to square one or
Yeah.
whatever. You're back to like, well, I'm never alone with my wife.
Exactly.
I'm never alone with my husband.
Exactly.
So it's good to do things like that with other people, but you have to make sure that no matter what, you take time with your spouse.
The focus is each other.
Your spouse.
Okay, that's it. We're gonna stop rambling. So,
Yeah.
thank you for spending time with us on this lovely Sunday afternoon. The sun's going down. We're getting to go to our evening service, and that's it. So, you guys asked for more, Rick. You got it. So,
Sorry.
anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.